Hello YouTube, and welcome back to yet another trip, another adventure. It's gonna be an exciting one because this time we are heading to the UK and we'll be checking out how it is to be over on the island, well, technically we are also leaving the EU, so it's like just as exciting as the Iraq trip border wise, but yeah, also like the most interesting part about this whole trip is that in the UK you drive on the left side of the road, unlike here in Europe or like mainland Europe where you drive on the right side of the road. So that's gonna be a huge difference for me. And also like they don't use the metric system, so you have to keep in mind that your odometer, at least my one, is going to be wrong for the journey because it's in kilometers per hour and not in miles per hour. So yeah, I put some stickers on especially on my wheel to remind me to drive on the left side of the road, because I like 100% sure that I'll be just out of habit getting in the car in the morning and just like maybe still a bit sleepy, that I'm gonna be driving on the right side of the road just out of habit. And to avoid any accidents, I put like a big red sticker "drive on left" on my wheel, so I always have it in my sight. And I also put like some little stickers on my odometer to remind me that the speed is wrong when in the UK. So I put like "except UK", and then in the middle I actually could select miles per hour, which is like really helpful. So I will use the little digital one in the UK and like the real one still here in Europe. And we're now headed to Dunkerque in France, where we'll be taking the ferry over to Dover, and from there it's gonna be a 2-hour drive into London. And I've actually more or less decided to book a hotel somewhat in central London. They luckily have a parking lot, my private one actually, so my car will be safe for the night, because otherwise it's a absolute headache to find any kind of parking in central London, which isn't like either extremely expensive or like restricted to like, I don't know, some hours and you'll be towed away and stuff. So in the end it was like the best option to book it's actually like not really a hotel, it's more like a dormitory, but I don't mind, it's like for the first night. And it's not going to be as bad of a situation with the car as in London, because I believe, or I imagine that any other cities in the UK will be much less of a hassle to park and to drive. But yeah, on the way to the hotel we'll actually be driving through downtown London, so like Tower Bridge and all that stuff, and that's going to be interesting. The thing is, London implemented a ULEZ, so a ultra low emission zone, so anyone coming into central London, like central, has to pay like £12.50 a day just to enter. And you also have to upload some car documents and stuff if you're like not from the UK, which is my case, to avoid any penalties. Yeah, but yeah, that's the plan for now. We'll be heading to Dunkirk. We're still in Germany, like somewhere between Cologne and Aachen, and then we'll be crossing to Belgium, and we'll be traversing Brussels, and then from Brussels to the sea to Ostend, and then from there down to Dunkirk in France. Yeah, that's it for now, and I'll see you when there's something new along the way. We're just about 5 minutes from the Dutch border actually. We're first gonna cross into the Netherlands, and then from there into Belgium. It's like half an hour, I guess, in the Netherlands, and I hope there will not be any checks. I mean, I'm quite sure that there are random checks at the border right now, but I hope they'll not like selectors for inspection or some kind of that. Because I don't have a lot of time. I need to be in Dunkirk at like 1 p.m. the latest, because I have to check in for the ferry an hour before departure, and I booked the ferry for 2 p.m. and I only have like 40 minutes to spare, and I'm also quite sure that there are some kinds of like traffic around Brussels, and I don't want to like arrive there late, because I know that you can somehow like take up to like 4 hours later or 4 hours before your booked time, but I don't want to like test it out, so I would actually be happy to catch the ferry at 2 p.m. from Dunkirk. And so actually there you can see it, Netherlands in 1,000 meters. Managed to cross the Netherlands, and we are now in Belgium. There have not been any controls at all. There also was no police like at the border, which is a bit surprising, because they wanted to enforce the border controls in the Schengen area a bit more. But luckily they didn't, or like they don't right now. I mean, it could have been that they just loosened up like the whole control thing. But I know crossing over to Poland and Austria and like everything east of Germany, that they have controls. I mean, as you still remember from when we went to Iraq in the summer, there have been some controls on the way. But I'm usually lucky, and they don't really care about me. I mean, I guess it might be because of the car. I mean, it doesn't look like a car which could cause trouble anywhere. It's just like an old Mercedes, and it's usually driven by like older people and not like as young as me. But I mean, that's quite good for me. So right now we are like on the peripheries of Brussels, and we'll be crossing Brussels on the highway. There should be some traffic, I guess, but like the navigation says that we'll be arriving in Dunkirk at 12:27, which is like an hour 30 before the departure of the ship. So we've got like half an hour to spare before we need to check in, and I guess that's quite good. I also had did a little pause just to pee and stuff, and to get all things sorted. And for now we're just continuing on the Belgium highway. to Dover and still on the ferry and just waiting to disembark. Yeah, so it's going to be quite interesting because my first time driving on the left side of the road, but I guess it's just learning by doing. Yeah, anyways, just still waiting to disembark, and then we'll be headed off to London. We actually just made it to London, to the hostel, and well, it was quite crazy to drive through downtown London. I mean, we crossed like Westminster Bridge and Big Ben and all that stuff, but I mean, we made it. It's like I've been driving in Istanbul downtown and like Baghdad and stuff, so I'm quite used to chaos, but it's a bit different because I have to like remember driving on the left side of the road, and like the roundabouts are like in the left direction, and it's all like completely different than from what I'm used to. And then just like going into a big city like London, it's quite crazy, but I mean it worked out quite fine. I actually didn't have to pay the congestion charge because I arrived after 7 p.m. No, actually 6 p.m. It's the end of the congestion charge, and the ULEZ is also not applicable for me because I like uploaded my car documents online, and so they like saw it's a Euro 4 car, and I stick to the emission rules and stuff, so I don't have to pay anything actually for driving through downtown London, because usually the congestion charge would have been £15, like for just like the short hop from Elephant and Castle up to I'm actually not sure what's it's like Marble Arch maybe, where the other end is, and then yeah, so I didn't have to pay anything because I was like after the congestion charge hours, and I don't have to pay the ULEZ charge anyway, so it was like free for me basically, which is quite cool. And now I just parked in a little residential area, and I booked a private parking from a hostel, so I'll just have to check where that is and how that works, but I will just grab my stuff and check in for now. We're in Green Park right now, and well, I've been to London in like March this year or February, I'm not sure, but it's like my second time, so just gonna do a little evening rush, and then we'll be continuing to Plymouth tomorrow, because I don't want to spend too much time in London. It's like really awful I mean, it's like fucking expensive, and like the hotel situation is also quite bad, so just one night here, enjoying a little bit of the evening in London, since I did like most of the sightseeing on last time. I will just head to Buckingham Palace now. Just headed back to the hostel here in Swiss Cottage. It's like a yeah, next to Camden actually, on the northwestern part of the city. Actually quite a nice hostel. I mean, you can see it right there. Like the building. It's like quite old, but still somewhat cool, and it's really cheap. I only paid like £20 for the night, and I could also park my car inside.